What is good, everybody? Thanks for tuning in to this episode of Off the Rip. Let's talk about Hangtown. We are going to break it down. Hangtown, break it down. Hey. Nah, but yeah, a lot to unpack. Haiden Deegan is absolutely crushing it in that 250 class. Temperatures, man, were hella hot. It got up to 100 plus degrees. Kind of was like Freestone back in the day. Eli Tomac almost getting an overall win, but he tucked the front, doing a little bit of Chase Sexton there. But yeah, a lot to unpack. Let's get into it in this episode of Off the Rip. All right, so let's get into the wild moments from Hangtown. Starting off qualifying, we saw two riders go down on the landing of a jump. They nailed a bike. One went flipping over. Actually, both of them did. Also, we saw the hero of the day, Mitchell Harrison, being a good Samaritan, helping out his fellow competitor, Brandon Ray, getting his foot unstuck from the bike. So he has good karma for the rest of the season. You know, he's got that going for him. Going into the motos, Hymus, for the second weekend in a row, goes off the track. Not sure what's going on with him, but just fumbled the lead again. Real quick, let's just pour one out for Jeremy Martin went down that first moto. He's now out till Millville. Don't have any of the footage. Did not see the crash, but supposedly it was pretty bad. So hopefully he can heal up, come out swinging in Millville. Like I said, temperatures were so hot, they had to cut the motos down to 25 minutes. We're in the dog days of summer. Speaking of dogs, RJ Hampshire is a dog because he is riding without a bone in his wrist. Lance Kobush, that's what's amazing about motocross. You'll see a privateer just come out swinging, who actually led for 2 laps and then just completely obliterated himself. Probably just got way too hyped on riding up front, but props to him. Got a little clout off of it. Probably gained a lot of confidence, so yeah, pretty cool. They added some sand to the track, so that kind of played a part for the riders. We saw Michael Moseman go down in Moto 2, tuck the front pretty hard. And then it actually got Eli Tomac in his second moto. Completely blew his chances of going beast mode. He was done after that. He was pooped. So those were all the wild moments from Hangtown. All right, so the 250 class, Haiden Deegan, like I said, he's crushing the field. He's big bro. 250 field, little bro. But no, he is just winning in dominant fashion. It's his season. It's going to be his championship. Pack it up, send him to the 450s already, get him in with Tomac and Lawrence. But Tom Vial, he's now out of the championship unless something bad happens to Deegan, but he DNF'd this moto. Surprisingly, he did win the championship in Supercross from not scoring any points in East Rutherford, but I don't think that's going to be the case in this motocross series because Deegan, like I said, is just, he's on it, dude. He's freaking ripping. He looks super good. But yeah, something bad will have to happen to him. Looking at the other guys who do have a chance, not Chance Hymus, because he had food poisoning, did not line up for that second moto. So he's out of the championship unless something bad happens and luck is on his side. But those two guys now down, the ones who can give Deegan a run at this championship, Joe Shimoda and Levi Kitchen. Joe, another solid ride. Getting himself on the podium, so he's going to be a threat to Deegan. But Levi Kitchen rebounded big time from Fox Raceway. So I think at Thunder Valley, I think we're going to see Levi up at the front. I really do. I think he's going to get his starts down. Seems like he's got his bike in a better place. I think he does really well in those ruts. So keep an eye on Levi because he's going to cook in Colorado. And if he doesn't cook, I'm cooked for even saying that. But let's move on, talk about these 450 class, or talk about the 450 class. Man, pour one out for Eli Tomac. I thought this was going to be his FU race to Jett Lawrence. Thought he was going to hit one of these, crossing the finish line. He's so good at Hangtown, but that second moto cost him. I told you guys on the last episode that his starts are going to be his Achilles. And sure enough, we saw him in that second moto. Terrible start. Had to work so hard just to get up through this thick stacked pack. So those kind of races aren't going to work for Eli because Jett is just so dominant and so good and so consistent. He's like Ryan Dungey, but on steroids. I mean, the kid has he's gone undefeated, 22-0. You're going against that. You got to be solid. You got to get those starts down. I think he has this championship wrapped up because he's got the starts and he's always up at the front. You can always count on him being either contending for a win, which is common Jett, or at least on the podium. So, man, Tomac is definitely going to have his work cut out for him this whole season. He's going to have to be nailing those starts if he wants to have a run at this championship. I honestly truly believe that. I mean, next weekend's Colorado. Maybe Eli Tomac, feeling that Colorado love comes out, goes 1-1, and then it's like a stamp of, yo, I'm in this thing. You know, I think Eli really needs that kind of ride next race at Thunder Valley. He for sure needs that. He needs to put a stamp on this thing because if it's another bad race, that's it, man. Jett's just going to run away with it. He's already like 17 points down, so he can't afford to lose anymore unless something bad happens to him. But, yeah, he can't afford that. But RJ Hampshire, I mentioned him earlier, dude is a dog for just going out there riding with a bone missing from his wrist. That is insane to think about because if you're looking at any other sport, football, basketball, baseball, those guys are out. They're out for the season. They're like not coming back. But you have a dude who's just down to just get crazy in 100+ degrees twice, doing 2 35-minute motos. Insane. That is pro motocross right there. Those are the kind of gladiators that you see laying it down all summer long. So how can you not be a fan of that? Gotta have respect for it. But yeah, that's pretty much all I got for this episode. Completely dropped the ball and gooned out. I didn't even put in RM fantasy picks. Who do you guys think? Is it going to be Jett or Eli? And then wild card, I didn't even take a look at it. Let's take a look. Actually, let's take a look and see what that wild card pick is. It is 7th place. Damn, that's a tough one. Oof. Cooper Webb, maybe? I don't know. I feel like he's like 6th. But yeah, it might be Cooper Webb. Yeah, I might put Cooper Webb at 7th. Why not? He's a Supercross champion. 7's a lucky number. Could be Cooper Webb, but yeah. Also, shout out AP. He's riding super good too. Almost got that win. So, man, he's going to have a great summer set out for him if he keeps riding like this. But that is it for today. I'll be here on Off the Rip next week. Talk about Thunder Valley with y'all. Please like, subscribe, and comment who you think is going to win this weekend at Thunder Valley. See you guys on the next one. Peace.